is just over here, right beside us.
But do you know what it means?
Is it a star, a kind of diamond, or something that shines and sparkles for her?
Well, no, quite close, though. Amaranth is actually an undying flower in Greek mythology. Our Students' Union president will elaborate on this theme later.
So what are we waiting for? Let's begin the ceremony without further ado.
So, today, we are honored to have the following guests in our occasion. We have Mr. Douglas So as our guest of honor. Mr. So is the current Vice President and the Pro-Vice Chancellor of the University of Hong Kong. As an important pillar in the education sector, Mr. So is very keen to serve the community. Currently, he also serves as a board member of the Hong Kong Community Chest.
Then we have Brother Jeffrey Chang, supervisor of St. Joseph's College.
We have Brother Thomas Fabier, former supervisor of St. Joseph's College.
Mr. Chris Chan, acting principal of St. Joseph's College.
Ms. Lily Tan, supervisor of St. Joseph's Primary School.
Ms. Rosanna Chan, headmistress of St. Joseph's Primary School.
Mr. Peter Choi, chairman of the St. Joseph's College Old Boys Association.
Mrs. Elizabeth Lee, chairwoman of St. Joseph's College Parent-Teacher Association.
And last but not least, Mark Wong, the president of our Students' Union. Thank you. Your presence today is deeply appreciated by every single one of us. Now, may we invite our school supervisor, Brother Jeffrey, to come up here and say a few words.
Guest of honor, Mr. Douglas So, Brother Thomas Fabier, acting principal, Mr. Chris Chan, OBA chairman, Mr. Peter Choi, PTA chair lady, Mrs. Elizabeth Lee, supervisor and principal of St. Joseph Primary, Students' Union chairman, Master Martin Wong, parents, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and my fellow Josephians. Good morning and welcome to our 141st Anniversary Open Day 2016. And to all the old boys of SJC, welcome home. Last year we celebrated our 140th anniversary with a big bang. So this year, are we going to scale down our celebration? Instead of scaling it down, I believe the Students' Union will definitely build on the momentum and let the festivity continue. Yes, every Open Day is a celebration of a Josephian spirit. It's a time for both past and present Josephians to meet up and enjoy the day together. Last year, we had a very rich old boy as our guest of honor, a banker. This year, we have an old boy who is a lawyer by profession, but working in the academic field. Frankly, I don't know anything about him. We booked him about a year ago by Miss Caroline Chen. Now, like any good university board member, I did a background check on him. I went to the computer to check. Right? The first thing that I checked was how he looks like. I don't want to be embarrassed for not recognizing the guest of honor. But after what had happened somewhere up there, Pofolama, I think all of us now recognize this gentleman. He appeared in the newspaper and the TV. I also found out that he is in many councils and committees. Too many to mention them here one by one. Some already have been mentioned by the MC just now. But there is one information which I think is good enough for me to know that this man is an honorable person. He has a long title, which just now the MC has already announced. Yes, he is the Vice President and Pro-Vice Chancellor of the Hong Kong University. Now boys, simply put, what does that mean? It means that he is one of the Vice Principals of the Hong Kong U. I believe when he was first appointed, there wasn't any outburst of public protest. Mr. So, we are very happy that you are here to grace this occasion, and we are definitely very proud that a Josephian is holding such a position in Hong Kong U. Now, just now I heard that the MC said someone will explain today's theme. But before that, I will try to explain, say something about today's theme. This year, OpenDay theme is AMARANTH. If you take a look at the banner, you may feel a little surprised that it is quite feminine, a bit girlish. It's a boys' school, how come there's a flower there? That was my first reaction. However, on second thought, I think it reflects on the kind of character of our boys. It has the yang and the yin elements, the softer side of a man, especially when they are in the presence of the opposite sex. I can assure you that our upper form boys always behave well during the green and white Christmas ball, the yin effect. Amaranth refers to a kind of everlasting flower. The students' unit is very clever to use this flower to illustrate the everlasting and undying Josephian spirit. And what is Josephian spirit? Josephian spirit is not something in the air. It is in us, in each and every one of us. Therefore, we are all everlasting and undying amaranth. Now, all flowers have a kind of smell, a kind of fragrance. So let us spread this fragrance everywhere we go, so that people may smell this Josephian spirit in us. Let me invite you to take a look at the banner again. Do you see the sun? Is it sunrise or sunset? To me, it doesn't matter. What is important is the sun. The flower is embraced by the sun, and the sun represents warmth and love. Since we are the flower, therefore we are all embraced by the warmth and love, not of the sun, but of God's love and mercy. My dear Josephians and friends, this is our Lassallean education philosophy. As we mold the intellect, aspect of our students, we too would like them to be aware that God is always by our side, supporting and loving us all the time. Once again, welcome to SJC, and we hope you will have a fantastic and wonderful time here. And if you can, please come back this evening for the closing ceremony. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you, Brother Jeffrey. May we now invite our guest of honor, Mr. Douglas So, to come forward and share with us a few words of wisdom. Mr. So, please.
Brother Jeffrey, Brother Thomas, Honorable Principal, Mr. Chan, Billy, Peter, distinguished guests, parents, students, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. I wish to thank, first of all, Brother Jeffrey for his most generous comments. It's so nice to be back at a very peaceful and friendly campus, which I can assure you is not a given in Hong Kong these days. But I want to thank the Students' Union for their very kind invitation for me to come here to share with you on this very special occasion. And it gives me great honor to be back to the soil of my beloved alma mater since graduating here early 1980s, some 30 years ago. And it's also a very interesting feeling to be back in the new hall because my memory of this place is always associated with exams. And today I'm so glad to be here, with all my fellow Josephians and all the good friends and also all my respectable teachers here. So thank you very much for giving me the honor. So apart from the skills and knowledge that I learned during my student days, which have served me very well since all these years, what I treasure most is actually the bond of fraternity and the friendship sprouted and grew out of the green and white spirit. This is really a lifelong gift, and I can assure you that standing in front of you is, like yourself, a very proud Josephian. Now allow me to share with you a little mind game from an American teacher who is also a Harvard and MIT graduate. Just imagine yourself in 60 years. It is 2076 and you are in your 70s. You are sitting on a couch with a big belly after watching a program announcing the launch of a long-awaited time travel machine. You then started reflecting on your life, the good times with your family, your loved ones, your and ex-girlfriends, and also your career, your accomplishments and your shortcomings. You wish you had told your loved ones more frequently how much you cherish them. You wish you had spent more time with your parents and with your siblings. You wish you had reconciled with a few friends before they disappeared into another world. At this very moment, a genie appears in front of you. The genie says, "I hear you have a lot of regrets, and I shall give you a second chance, as you seem to be a very nice person, like all Josephians." While the genie snaps his finger, and you find yourself right here and now, where you are, 31st of January 2016, at St. Joseph's College, listening to an old man mumbling, in your prime, fit and pain-free body again. So now, you can have a second chance to optimize and put things right. So, I suggest you hug your friends a little harder today and show them how much you care for them. Now that your parents are back, you can tell them how much you appreciate what they have done for you. How I wish I could have such a time travel ticket. For me, this is not possible. But for you, my fellow Josephians, the world is yours and everything is possible. You are writing your history every year, every day, and every moment. So ask yourself, what have you written down so far? The theme of this year's Green and White Day is Amaranth, as the MC and Brother Jeffrey has already told you, and meaning not fading and symbolizes immortality. While our mortal bodies would eventually succumb to age and death, one way to replace a second chance that could be granted by a genie is to live every moment with heart, passion, and to the full. Do your very best every time, and when you have a chance, never look back. As John Keating, the inspirational teacher, played by the late Robin Williams, liked to say in one of my favorite movies, Dead Poor Society, "Seize the day and suck the marrow out of life." Dear fellow Josephians, if I had a second chance as a secondary school student, I would have worked much harder, joined more extracurricular activities, in addition to playing football under Brother Thomas, and made more friends. I would have grabbed more chances to travel and experience the world on top of just learning within the four walls of your classrooms. In my current capacity as the Vice President and Vice Chancellor of University of Hong Kong, I can assure you that experiential learning and learning by doing play a pivotal role in university education today, which I'm sure all of you are looking forward to. Just keep your eyes open, be curious, you will see opportunities around you, and the world is much bigger than you thought. While innovation and creative thinking were seldom mentioned in my teens, I certainly hope all of you would have the chance to create and come up with fascinating ideas, pursue your dreams, and contribute to the betterment of our beloved community. You are the best, and don't let anyone tell you different. So thank you very much once again for having me here today, and God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. So, for such an inspiring speech. So now, we invite Martin Wong, the president of our Students' Union, to address the audience.
Mr. Douglas So, today's guest of honor, Brother Thomas, Brother Jeffrey, Mr. Christian, honorable guests, teachers, parents, and fellow Josephians. Welcome to the 141st anniversary Green and White Day. This year, our theme is Amaranth. Amaranth is an imaginary flower that never fails to subdue to all difficulties. It reminds me of a quote from the first day we stepped on the stage in the inauguration ceremony. A dream you dream alone is only a dream, but a dream you dream together is reality. Organizing the anniversary Green and White Day is a huge undertaking. I am blessed to have a very supportive team to help me to organize today's event. Each and every Josephian tried their very best, and without them, today's event would not have been possible. A special thanks to my Students' Union Executive Committee, Senior and Junior Committee members. The Green and White Day is an annual reunion for our schoolmates, for our friends and old boys. Since the first day of preparation, we have come across numerous obstacles and challenges. A lot of hard decisions have to be made. For example, moving the stores and removing the stage from the football pitch is a quite upsetting decision. However, this only set us back for a short while. The disappointment made us even more determined to make this event a success. The Josephians always strive together towards a common goal. Just like the Amaranth, the Josephian spirit is everlasting. I would like to express my greatest gratitude to our guest of honor today, Mr. Douglas So, for taking his time off his tighter schedule and adding colors to today's occasion. We are also grateful to have the full support from the school, especially that of Brother Jeffrey and Mr. Christian. The high autonomy granted by the school is definitely one of the reasons that Josephians are outstanding leaders in today's society. I sincerely wish that this tradition would pass on and our beloved alma mater would become a nurturing ground for future talents. I would also like to thank the Old Boys Association, the Parent-Teacher Association, our sponsors, alumni, teachers, and students for their unwavering support. Stepping into the 15th decade, may our spirits continue to strive. I hope all of you will have a wonderful day with us here, and Josephians, lift your spirits as the fragrance of amaranth pervades the air. Thank you.
Thank you, Martin. It's now time for us to launch the 141st anniversary Green and White Day. May all guests please proceed to the stage and stand as we launch our opening ceremony.
Our guests will help us kick off the 141st anniversary Green and White Day by pulling the lever and igniting all the lights. May St. Joseph's College continue to shine forever.
So, on the count of 3, 3, 2, 1.
Now, with the numbers 1, 4, and 1 ignited, we hereby announce that the 141st anniversary Green and White Open Day now begins. We hope that every single one of you can enjoy your time on this very memorable day.
May all our guests please be seated. Brother Jeffrey will now present the souvenirs to our guest of honor, Mr. Douglas So. So, Brother Jeffrey and Mr. So, please.
Thank you, Brother Jeffrey and Mr. So. We will now take photos to commemorate this occasion. May all guests stand.
Please be seated. May the executive committee of the Students' Union proceed to the stage and join the group photos.
Thank you. This concludes the opening ceremony of the Green and White Day. May all guests and executive committee members proceed off the stage. Coming up next will be performances by our prize winners of the Speech Festival. Please enjoy.